forward, then ask it, let's say, what does Scripture say about being like-minded in our finances? So that way that he's not there right now.
Well, so, yeah, I mean,
So
just-
prayer
Yeah, God, so.
and he will be there one day, I'm standing in faith with you.
Yeah.
I just need to apologize to Jose. He, number one stress thing are the boots, so keep him in prayer. So Mary, I guess we're going to jump into biblical investments now?
Yeah. Our next part is going to be biblical investments. In our scriptures for that is going to be Ecclesiastes 11, verse 2 and verse 6. So 2 different verses. Ecclesiastes 11, verse 2 and verse 6. Ecclesiastes 11, 2 reads, "Give portions to 7, yes to 8, for you do not know what disasters may come upon the land."
And another version reads, "But divide your investments among many places, for you do not know what risks lie ahead."
So like I was saying, depending on the version you're reading, it's a little different. In Ecclesiastes 11:6 reads, "Sow your seed in the morning, and at evening let not your hands be idle. For you do not know which will succeed, whether this or that, or whether both will do equally well." And that ties in very well to the version that James read, which says, divide your investments to many places. We're talking about giving portions and sowing seeds. We're talking about being wise with the money, with our finances. And that's why we started off with trusting God with everything, with all our needs, not just for some needs, not just with this or that, but trusting Him with all our needs. We're talking about being faithful with the little stuff, because God did tell us in the scripture that if we're faithful with the little things, He's going to bless us, with the bigger things. So if you do well with 1 or 2 things, then before you know it, He's going to open up doors for you. He's going to be able to give you the desires of your heart. I mean, really, that's what it boils down to. I mean, that's how I see it. Because throughout the years, as we've been in our walk, I see that a lot of things that God has blessed us with, and I'm not talking about just financial things or physical things, but I'm talking about like good health and our children. It's like, before you know it, you realize and think back, it's like, God really has given us a lot of peace. Like, one of the biggest things is peace in your home. It's not to say, every day is going to be like a fairy tale marriage, it's going to be happily ever after, but you're going to have your differences and your quarrels here and there, but for the most part, it's just peace in your home. And it's something that, we pray God, and God brings that, just continue lifting them up.
You were talking about the desires of our heart, but I also think that the Lord also gives us the finances for His purpose.
Yes.
Like for His ministry, so that was something I think.
Yes.
I have a question on the big two. What version were you reading out of?
That's the NLT. Does anybody know what that means?
National New Living.
Yeah, English translation.
Yeah, I like
So
the
my scriptures are from NIV, and then it's from the New Living Translation. And we're talking also when the investments, I mean, you have to realize that when it talks about disasters may come upon the land, it's talking about unexpected emergencies, sicknesses, which could be detrimental. I mean, there used to be a saying that was popular in the 90s that we're all 2 paychecks away from being broke. So if you're not financially set, I mean, you miss 2 paydays worth of work. I mean, you're going to be in a place where it's probably going to be hard for you to come out of. It's going to take you a little bit longer to come out of. And so that's where we always keep ourselves in check. With the Lord, who's always up and down. And then as our relationship going up and down the straight, then the sideways is going to smooth out eventually. The rough waves are going to come out to still. So I mean, that's how we kind of we look at it for some of the visual.
And I guess it all goes back to just my thing was that, here we're talking about biblical and then the word investments. It's like, do those even go together? Back in, when I first started, I didn't think that there was, but, and I was gonna try to find it, but somebody showed it to me one time, how many verses in the Bible speak on love, and then how many talk about being good stewards and good administrators. There's drastically more verses speaking on our finances and being good administrators. And that was mind-blowing to me because, I thought we all know God is love, God is patient, God is, everything. But he has so much to say about finances and about stewardship. And it's like, I wonder why. Well, because everything revolves around, unfortunately, everything, our finances, our money. And he wanted to make sure, and he gave us, like we're going to cover here, he gives us specific steps on what to do and how we can do it, and then reap the benefits of it.
Tools that we can use to better our financial situation. Research shows that about every 25 years, there's some kind of economic crisis or downtrend. The real estate market in 2007, 2008, it crashed. Other times it's been the stock market or this, the oil, prices going up and this and that. So it's just, different disasters that come economically that a lot of people, if you're not prepared, it's going to, it's going to hurt you.
I have to disagree with the 25 years, because in my marriage it was financial crisis almost every 6 months. Every 9 months.
And what we come up with is a list for investing wisely and biblical investments, and this is something that, by doing some research, we came up with. These are like some of the things that you can have, or not necessarily all 7, but maybe a few of those things that you can set up for your personal finances, so that whenever by the grace of God, it will not come in in case disaster comes from the land. You'll be ready for emergencies. And I'm going to give the list, and then we're going to talk about each one. And number 1 is going to be a rainy day fund.
And that's like, money stashed away for.
Right. And that's basically like you take a little bit of money away and say, I'm going to put this 100 in a piggy bank or a jar over a period of time, so that the car breaks down. You need tires. You drive down the road, you have a tire blowout. You don't have to get into your credit cards to go into debt to buy new tires. So that way, you save the $300 set aside. You can safely go and say, I'm going to get toward it and buy new tires, and it doesn't affect you financially. It doesn't affect your everyday expenses.
I'd have to add that almost 80 to 90% of the financial crisis that happened, it's because we don't have an emergency fund. We don't have that rainy day fund.
Right.
And I can attest to that. Me and Maggie were first married. We bought a van. It was one of those things, too. Lord, please bless us with a van. And the salesman drove one up, and we're going to close our eyes and we're going to pray right now. Lord, if that van's there when we open our eyes, down within 6 months, major repair, no emergency fund. What did we do? Pulled out the credit card. Why? Because we justified it. We needed to work. We needed to get to work. So we justified it. That van, we charged at least 3 major repairs to it. Over, I can't even remember the total. I want to say close to $12,000 to fix that van that God gave us. But if we had, and that was the first step of our major financial decline, because we didn't really have debt before that, but that van is the one that set us up because we didn't have the rainy day fund. If we had the money, we could have paid the repairs right then and there, and our credit wouldn't have got messed up, and we would have headed down. So that is crucial. I'm going to put stars by that just to remind me that I need to keep that rainy day fund, that mason jar with the money in it, or under the mattress, wherever you put it. It's
in the shoebox, wherever it is.
You gotta have it.
Number 2 is going to be savings account. And savings account, the research shows you should have between 3 to 6 months of your salary and the savings that will cover your basic living expenses, like mortgage, rent, car payments, insurance, groceries, the things that you need to live by every day. And that shouldn't be tied with your rainy day fund for your emergency fund. It should be two separate things. And like, let's say you're in transition in jobs, like for example, like people in the military, some can relate. You do 10, 15 years in the military, you get out of the military. Well, I mean, there's a time where you go from having a military paycheck, and then next thing you know, you have to find a civilian job. So during that time that you're looking for a civilian job, it takes you to find a civilian job. I mean, you could be blessed and finish one day with the military, the next day start working with a civilian job, or depending on your profession or what you like to do, it could take you a month, 2 months. So with the saving, with the savings, it allows you to be able to maintain, your daily, your monthly living expenses for a certain, to have a cushion, just in case you lose a job, like if the stock market crashes, something like that, and then you have to find a different job, and it gives you that, okay, I'm safe here, I can look for a job, without having to worry about how I'm going to pay the rent or how I'm going to pay my car note. Number 3 is real estate. It's the purpose is to strive to own a home. Some have been blessed with owning a home, and others are still in the process of trying to save up, to own a home. And that goes along with getting your finances straight, because in order to get a home, you have to have good credit. The banks want to see that you have a certain amount of savings in the bank. To be able to say, well, how's this person going to be able to carry the note for 30 years, 20 years, however long we decide to finance it. So, but once you own the home and it's paid off, it's equity. It's money in the bank, basically, because you can always borrow against it, you can sell it. When kids start getting older enough to go to college, I mean, that's something you can have in there for, to pay for the college. One of the things, other than scholarships, that they can get, grants and scholarships. Number 4 is going to be health and life insurance. Health and life insurance, and/or life insurance. It's a very touchy situation, because some jobs offer you that, and I highly suggest you take it, because we've been through a position where Mary was hospitalized for a very long period of time, and at the time I was self-employed, and so because the bills started piling up. We got insurance, but what happened, because the bills started getting too high, the insurance dropped us. So then, next thing you know, I've been having a regular 9 to 5, and also for Florida, so our savings, got drained quickly. So this is what we're talking about. This is experience talking here. It's not just somebody up here just saying, well, I heard it on the radio, I watched the show on TV, so I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about experience. So when you have these things in place, so like myself, we had enough to cover for a couple of months, but then, once the months passed, that was it. I had to give 9 to 5, so then I had to go through a period of trying to find a job. It took another month and a half to find a job. So it's just, before you know it, the bills they pile and they pile, and the creditors are knocking at your door. Hey, you're 2 months past due. You get your notice, your electricity is about to cut off, water. So it's just, it's an ugly side. It's an ugly situation to be in. So.
And I think that saying that I'm sure everybody heard really applies to everything that we're talking about. Is if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail.
Right.
And that is so true. That is so true, because if you're not planning, then the crisis comes and you have nothing to fall back on, and then you're just spinning in the mud, and it gets crazy. But if at least you have a little plan, I don't have the insurance that my neighbor has, but I have something, and that's how it starts.
So if you think to yourself, well, the $400, $500 I'm paying for the time you got the plan, I can use that for something else, and I can use it to keep up with my, monthly outputs or whatever it is, my quarterly boots. you know, disaster comes upon the land and, you know, somebody ends up being hospitalized in the family. So if you have the health insurance, you know, you have your deductible, you pay your deductible when you bill. You know, you pay, you know, 5%, whatever it is. But if you don't have any kind of anything in place, I mean, the bill comes, it's $20,000, you know, $30,000, $50,000. I mean, next thing you know, you're up to, you know, a couple $100,000 in debt. And you look in the mirror like, you know, how am I going to do this? I mean, and then you really turn to God because, you know, God help me when all along you should have been like, all along you should have been, yeah, exactly, you should have been in prayer, you should have been, you know, thanking God for your help. So it's something going to have because it helps financially and with health, obviously, to keep you healthy. Another thing, number 5, is a retirement account. Some employers offer that, a 401k, you know, some type of retirement account. It would be wise to, you know, to look into to see what's available. If you're self-employed, an IRA, an individual retirement account, you know, something you can, you know, put into monthly. And like I said, we're not professionals, so if you have any further questions regarding that, please Google a professional, somebody who's a financial expert, and ask them those kind of questions. But this is stuff that you know, we ourselves have done throughout the past to make sure that we have something.
Yeah, Proverbs 15:22 just reinforces what you just said. Plans go wrong for lack of advice, but many advisors bring success. So that's the thing. So
Proverbs what?
Proverbs 15:22.
Right.
You know, that's just every aspect of our life. But I think like in finances, I don't know too much about RIAs or 401ks and stuff like that. But I know people that know. Well, I know people that know people, so I try to surround myself with people like that. And the more you have, you know, they're going to be able to help you. So, you know. Don't be scared or embarrassed, you know, when you go out there.
Yeah, it's always, I mean, if you don't want to ask somebody, Google it.
I have a good friend I grew up with, and he's a broker. He's been a broker. I've known my entire life. He's very honest.
See, but I mean, if you have any questions, right? I mean, there's some, you know, there's always somebody that knows what the question is, point you in the right direction. Number 6 is going to be growth investments. That could be maybe like, I mean, God blesses you, and you know you're doing well, and then you have a little extra money, so you can invest maybe in some stocks and some bonds. You know, maybe you can have a little side business, you know, like some people have hobbies. Yeah. I mean, you know, it'll be a little side business, you know, whether it be woodworking or jewelry or knitting or making t-shirts, whatever it is, but it's something that God can bless you as an extra income, which can also be used for, like, let's say you are trying to get out of, you know, financial debt or financial trouble. I mean, you can use that and be like, you know what, I'm going to dedicate whatever I make out of this, you know, it's going to be going towards, you know, applying it to this bill or that bill or this credit card or that. So, and then eventually it's just, it gets to a point where it's a problem for you, and then you can, you know, say, well, you know, whatever I sell out of this, I'm going to buy my calendar, I'm going to buy my purse, I'm going to buy my red bottom shoes, whatever it is that you desire. So, somebody's making notes. And number 7 is it's going to be Social Security. It's in place by the government for a purpose. I mean, you know, you invest into it, and then when you become of age, you know, you should be able to reap those benefits. You know, however little or much it may be, it'll help. You know, to be able to pay that electricity bill or the phone bill, whatever it is. So, like I said, these are things that you can probably be able to do all of. You know, God blesses you. You will be able to invest in all those things, or, you know, maybe if you haven't done so, you might want to start doing 1 or 2 of the items that we showed you, that, you know, we talked about. And that's so you can always be prepared for just in case, you know, for just the hit factor, the case factor. So one of our next little, is going to be our exercise, thank you. I wasn't asking words. Our next exercise is going to be, in order of priority, there's 3 areas you intend to work on out of the things that we talked about. It's write a detailed paragraph on steps you would take to get started. For example, I intend to start a rainy day fund, a savings account, or get insurance, etc. So, and this is very personal because, I mean, nobody knows your financial situation better than yourself, or, you know, maybe your buddy or you know, your better half. But I mean, it's something that, you know, think about it, decide, you know, these are the things that I really want to work on. I mean, I don't have this in place, but I would like to get started. And try to find out, I mean, if you on Google, and somebody says, you know, they know somebody that's in the financial field, you know, I want to get that person's name and number so I can call and, you know, get some questions that I haven't answered.
I think would be nice too is whichever ones you do put next to it, put a proactive step that you're gonna take within the next week, within the next month. Like rainy day fund, okay, I don't have one. Today, by the end of the day, I'll have $10 in my rainy day fund. That is a proactive step. It's gonna start pushing you right. I don't have insurance. Well, I'm gonna start shopping for some insurance. A proactive step will get the ball moving and push us in the right direction. So, yeah, go ahead and put which ones are there, but next to it, put a proactive step, I think would be real helpful too.